Hello YouTube makeup lovers, so I am here with my May beauty favorites. I have amazing products to share with you guys that I have loved this past month. I also have some regret products to share with you guys, so we better get started with my May beauty favorites and not so favorites. So the very first favorite product I have is this foundation from the brand Givenchy. This is the Teint Couture Balm. This is a blurring foundation balm, bare skin perfector with sunscreen. It has SPF 15. I use the shade Nude Beige number 4. I've really been enjoying this foundation. It's very light. I would say it's light to medium coverage. I do not think that you can get full coverage with this foundation. First of all, let me just say that I love this packaging. This is the most convenient packaging ever. You just pretty much unscrew it, you know, squish it out. But it is just such a convenient packaging. This will be awesome for travel. But I'm really liking this foundation. I like it because it's very light. Definitely something that I have been using every single day. I feel like it's something that I would use more in the daytime. Not really something that I would use like for going out when I really want like all this like flawless like bam makeup. You know, this is just something that you want, that you use when you want to look nice and natural. I love it because it does make your skin feel flawless. It evens out the skin tone really nice, and I've just been really pleasantly surprised with this. One of my best friends, Lucia, recommended this and I love it. Another product that I've been using in combination with this foundation is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. So this is another favorite product. This is in the shade Moonstone. This is the smaller size because when I first bought these, I wanted to try the smaller size just to see if I really used it. And now I'm really using this one. What I do is that I mix a little drop of this with this foundation, and it just gives it like an added little touch of luminosity, which I like. I had read when I first bought this that it was very luminous and dewy. In some of the reviews that I read, I think it's a good one for dry skin, but I feel like I have foundations that are more luminous and more dewy than this one. This one, I just feel that it just really evens out the skin tone really well, and just very lightly, where you don't feel like you're caking up your face with foundation. I don't feel it's as luminous as other foundations I have, and sometimes I don't mind the way that this one leaves a finish, but sometimes I do want a little bit of added luminosity, so I pour a little bit of this one. I just kind of put a little drop of this on my hand, I put the foundation, I mix it in, and then I dot it on my face. So I have been using this with the Beauty Blender. It works great. I've been loving it with the Oval 8 Artis brush. That's kind of how I have been applying it. And another brush that I'll show you now, which is in my favorites. But really liking these two products together. These are my first two favorites of the month. Next, I have two moisturizers this past month that I've fallen in love with, and they're definitely products that I think I'm gonna go out and buy the full size. These are deluxe samples, but out of this one, I've had already 2 deluxe samples and I love it. This is the Origins Ginzing Energy Boosting Moisturizer, and this is what it looks like. Love this in the morning. It's a really nice scent that kind of like, I just feel like just that kind of wakes you up. The scent reminds me a little bit of the scent that this Tarte from the Rainforest of the Sea line. This is the Marine Boosting Mist. It kind of reminds me of a scent like that. It just kind of like wakes you up. So I've really been liking it, and this is, I think, something that I'm gonna buy in the full size once I run out of this one. I have another sample that I got the other day with 100 points from Sephora because I've just really been liking it so much, but I have been using it every single day. These little samples, they're the best, and a little bit goes a long way. Like, they last a long time. Another sample that I've really been liking is from the brand Ren Clean Skincare. It's the EverCalm Global Protection Day Cream, and this is what it looks like. This is another one. I've kind of been rotating between those two moisturizers. This one I just signed up for the Ipsy Glam bag, which is like 10 bucks a month, and this was in the Ipsy bag 1 month. They do carry this at Sephora. Again, it has a really great scent as well, but I just really like the way it feels on my face. I feel like it moisturizes. Love using both of these during the day. Also love using these under my makeup. So pretty much these are the products that I have been using every single day, because I'll use one of these moisturizers and then I'll go in with this foundation and this luminous shimmering skin perfector. Another product I've been loving is from Makeup Forever, and this is the Pro Sculpting palette. I've really been into cream products lately, like cream contours and cream highlights, just kind of playing around with all the makeup I have and all the makeup that I bought. Love this, love. My favorite shade is definitely the contouring shade. I use number 20 in the palette, which I believe is the lighter one. But really the ones that I have used the most are these three. I really haven't used this much as a blush. I'm even wondering if maybe that'll even work as a corrector under the eyes. I have to test it out. That's the only one that I really haven't used, but the contouring shade is my absolute favorite from the palette. The highlight shades are also really beautiful, and they're nice and creamy, and they just blend in so nicely. I love this contour shade because it's not like orangey, and it just does a nice little contour. I mean, it just looks so nice. And I just think this is like one of my favorite cream contour shades that I've ever seen. And the way I've been applying it lately is with the Oval 6 brush. I think this is the best brush to apply the contour with. I've been using it a lot with this product. I just kind of put it in here and just kind of like, you know, move it up like this. So this is another favorite, which has been a favorite in the past. I believe it was my favorites last month, but just wanted to share with you guys that I've been using it with this palette a lot for the contour. Another product that I have been using a lot, which has been a favorite of mine in the past for sure, is the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel. I guess now that the summer's coming up, I have been using it a lot more. So this is also another repeat favorite, and I've also used it with the Oval 6. So this works really, really great. The Oval 6 works really awesome with the cream contour products, and these are the two that I have really been playing around with, and I just love them. So definitely recommend these products, and this palette is great. I have some more brushes that I have been loving this past month. This one right here is from the brand Tarte. This is from the Rainforest of the Sea line, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the name of this down below. But this one has like a nice flat, kind of like a kabuki type brush on one end. This is great for foundation. This is the other brush that I mentioned earlier that I have been using a lot with this foundation. And I just like it. It's like a flat top kabuki type brush, but my favorite side is this side. It's also like a kabuki, it's smaller and it's angled, and I have been loving this side for blending in my concealer under the eyes. It just blends in so nicely. It has like a nice big space that it can cover because it's like big, but not too big. And then this is just great for foundation. So really enjoying this brush. Another brush that I have been loving is also from Artis. I actually have two new Artis brushes, and every time I get one, I just love it. So it always makes it into my favorites. This is the Oval 7 brush, and I also got the Oval 4 brush. So the Oval 4, again, also really good for contouring, especially here in the nose for small areas. This one is also good for using as concealer because it's really small, for concealer, because it's really small and you can really get in there very close to the lower lash line. It's not one that I would blend my concealer with like all the way, but for example, if you were to blend in your concealer with this and you wanted to get in a little closer, you can get in with this brush. You know, you can also use it for drawing your lines of the contour. Maybe you can draw them on with this, and then with the Oval 6, you can blend them in. I'm really, really surprised with these brushes. I think they're awesome. The Oval 7, I've used to blend out also my concealer here. I've used it to apply highlight, you know, to get into little areas after I apply my foundation. They're just really, you can use them for so many things. You can use them for cream blush, cream bronzer, for bronzer, anything. They're just so good. Let me show you the Oval 7 next to the Oval 6 so you kind of see the difference. This is the 6 and this is the 7. So there you see the size difference. Here is the 4. The 4 is teeny. Let me just show you the 8, which is like my go-to foundation brush. So look, these are the 4 that I have. So there you see, the biggest one is the Oval 8, then we have the 7, then the 6, and then the 4. So I hope this is helpful for the size. If I had to pick one of these brushes, because they're not cheap, I would definitely pick the Oval 8. This is just the best for applying foundation. It just flawless, no streaks, quick, fast, just perfect. But these other little ones are really nice to have. So very happy with these purchases, but for this month, the Oval 7 and the Oval 4 are just amazing. From Morphe, I have two more brushes that I have been using a lot this past month. The very first one is the E15. This is an excellent brush to either use with cream eyeshadows if you want to apply maybe like a paint pot all over your lid. You can use it for blending in the concealer, but what I have been using it the most for is for applying corrector to my under eye area. That's why you see it's like orange, because it's what I've been using to apply my corrector. It's one that I've been using for the Becca corrector that is like a bright orange. So really been loving this brush. And then this next one is the E48. This brush is just amazing for applying highlight. This is what I've been using for applying highlight lately. It's such a soft brush. It's nice and tapered, but it is a little fluffy, so it's just perfect for applying your highlighter. These Elite brushes right now are on sale for like 40% off. I wonder if they're just gonna go away forever, but I bought some today. They're just so good, but they were really inexpensive on the website today. So I hope by the time this video goes up and you get to see it, you want Morphe brushes, go on the site now. This next one is just an amazing product that I'm so happy that I bought, and they still have it available at Sephora. It is the Cheek-a-thon palette from Benefit, and it is just such a great palette. I have been using it so much. It has like a lot of the Benefit favorite box powders, like box bronzer, box blush, which I never really liked that packaging. So I was kind of missing out on such great products because they are great products. I just didn't like the packaging. So when this came out, naturally I had to try it out. The ones that I have been loving the most, that I have been using so much, are the Hoola bronzer and the Dandelion blush. The Coralista blush is also beautiful. The ones that I haven't used all that much yet are the Dallas and the Rockateur, but I'm so happy that I have this palette. I just absolutely love it, and I highly recommend it. They're just all beautiful. And all the colors here are something that I would definitely use, and I have been really loving it. So this is definitely a favorite of mine. I love this palette. Eyeshadow, my favorite eyeshadow palette of the month is this from the brand Buxom, and this one is called the May Contain Nudity Eyeshadow Palette. And this one I purchased at Ulta. I think I mentioned it in my previous haul, and this is what it looks like. It's a beautiful palette of neutral colors. I love it because I can pretty much do a full look with this palette. I do always bust out my MAC Vanilla, but you pretty much could do a full look just with this palette. This color is beautiful on the lid, and so is this one. You have great colors for the crease that are not shimmery, they're matte colors, and you have a dark color for the outer corner right here and a bright one for the inner corner. So it is just a perfect palette. It's a nice little size also for travel. It's small, but I was really impressed with these Buxom eyeshadows. It's the very first time that I tried this brand, and I loved it, so I recommend this one as well. From Beauty Blender, I have been really enjoying the Beauty Blusher, which is like a lot smaller than the regular Beauty Blender. Let me go ahead and show you a Beauty Blender. This is a Beauty Blender, the regular one. This one is a little bit damp still from when I did my makeup today. But it's smaller, but it does, you know, expand when you wet it. And even though it's made for blush, I don't really use cream blush, but I have been using it. I've used it to apply liquid highlight. When I highlight with this little palette right here, I use this to blend it in. I've used it to blend in my concealer. I've used it for the contour. Basically, I like it. I guess just lately I've been into the highlighting and the cream contouring and using all these cream products, that this is what I have used this Beauty Blusher for. Not really for blush, but I'm really enjoying it. So these Beauty Blender products are always amazing. Beauty Blender, this is the best one of all. I have a concealer that I have really been enjoying this past month, and it's also from Tarte, from the Rainforest of the Sea line. This is the light medium shade, and it's just a really excellent concealer. I'm really enjoying it. It kind of reminds me of the Urban Decay Naked Skin one. I kind of like the Naked Skin one still a little bit more, but this one is really good. Look at this wand. It is such a big wand. When anybody talks about this concealer, they always talk about how big the applicator is. It's like an applicator on steroids, but I love it because you can just really do your little triangle under your eyes with no problem. And then I go in and I blend it in with this brush. Sometimes I even go over it with the oval 7 brush and just kind of like blend it in, and then get a little closer with the oval 4. You can apply it so many different ways, but I really like it. Then I have some lipsticks this month that I have been loving from the new Bite Beauty line, the Amuse Bouche line. Right now I'm wearing one which is called Spritzer, which is this one right here. I love these. These smell so good. They smell like lemonade. I think they just smell so good. They go on so nice and creamy. This one right here is Spritzer. I bought like 6 of these, and these are the 2 that I'm favoriting at the moment, but all the other colors that I got were amazing. There's only one that I returned, which is Souffle, I believe is what it was called, because it was just way too light. It was almost like a whitish pink. I think my favorite pink is this one right here, which is called Sugarcane. And this is what Sugarcane looks like. I think out of the pinks, this one is my favorite pink, Sugarcane. Souffle was just way too light for me. I kind of looked like I was dead. Now it is time for my regret products. And the very first one I have is from the brand Eucerin from the drugstore. This is the Aquacealer Lip Repair and Protect. It has SPF 30. I had heard such great things about this lip balm, and I was so excited to find a fabulous lip balm from the drugstore, but I was really disappointed with this. I didn't like the way it felt on my lips. It didn't last at all. I didn't really think it moisturized, and it had a really strange taste. So it just did not work for me. I much more prefer the Vaseline Lip Therapy. This one just did not do it for me. This product that is a regret is a powder, and this is from the brand Besame Cosmetics. I was really interested in trying their powders. This one is the Brightening Vanilla Rose Powder. It's a translucent powder. It's supposed to brighten. I got the pink one. They have like a lavender one. I think I might even have a yellow one. I was just really curious to try these powders out. And this one I just really didn't like all that much. It's like a pink powder. I thought it'd be great for setting the under eye area, but I didn't like it. It was too white and kind of chalky. I kind of felt like I was putting just like talc on my face. I really didn't like it. For a translucent powder for the face, I think the Laura Mercier one is probably the best one that they have. And I just was kind of hoping that this would be similar to the Benefit Powder Flage, but it wasn't. So this is definitely a regret. What I do like is the packaging. So what I'll probably do is put in my Ben Nye Pretty Pink translucent powder, because that one I do like for my under eye area. So I might just get rid of the powder in here and use the packaging for that powder, which I really do like. And then the last product I want to mention, it's not like a complete regret. It's just a product that I was disappointed with because I had heard such great things about it, and it just looked really cute. I don't want to shake it yet because I want you to see what it looks like. It's these Lancome shakers, is that what it's called? This is in the shade Berry in Love. That they kind of look like a little martini shaker, and I just wanted to leave it like this so you see it's like an oil-based type of lip product. So you see there how the oil is separated from the color. So I just kind of wanted to show that to you guys first so you see it, but then you shake it and you see how pretty the color looks. And of course, I mean, the packaging is adorable. So that is definitely something that I love. I thought it was a really cute idea when I first got it. So you can hear it, how you have to really shake it to make it work so that the oil mixes. But then like once you get over the cuteness of this, I think this is just like a product that is a total gimmick because it is adorable. I mean, this is really cute. You know, you get attracted to the packaging, but this is how it works. It's kind of like a little spongy thingy there. It also smells really good. So it's like a sponge, and then you put it on your lips. It feels really great when you put it on the lips, so you have to give it that. But then if you want to apply more, you have to go back and shake it, you know, apply a little bit more. So the whole shaking thing sounded funny and cute at first, but then at the end of the day, when I take my lip product out of my purse, I just want to open it and apply it, and that's it. I don't want to have to be shaking it, applying the bottom layer, closing it, shaking it, applying the top layer, closing it. So after a while, it kind of gets old. Another thing is that it feels really good once you apply it, but it doesn't last at all. The oil, it feels really good. So I have to give it that. but then it just disappears really fast, and it's supposed to leave like a little light tint, but I didn't see anything left. It didn't really leave anything on my lips. I mean, and when I mean it disappears, I mean, I don't think this thing lasts 10 minutes on your lips. The applicator does feel good on your lips. It feels like it's nice and fluffy. It's kind of like you're giving yourself a little lip massage. So that part feels good, and the applicator feels good, but it just really does really nothing for my lips. So that is why this is kind of a regret product. But I'm glad I got it. I wanted to test it out. I mean, it's kind of fun sometimes, but I don't think it's very like useful or very practical, I guess. I don't know. So just had to mention it. I probably will not be, well, for sure will not be buying more colors of these, but this is really cute. I mean, the packaging is adorable. So that is pretty much it. These were my May favorites and not so favorites. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video and that you try some of my favorite beauty products out. And as always, I just want to say thank you so much for watching Be Lounge Makeup. Bye.